I always say to patients when they come to see me that rehab time in the early stages you never get back. So from day one is important, and it's crucial. If you get that right at the beginning, you get a much better outcome at the end, and that is what you've got to get really across to patients. And because I obviously had that knowledge, I made sure from day one I did as much as I could, the right things to do at the very beginning, and that does affect your long-term recovery.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Reinventing Cool. I'm your host Maria Encebella, the founder of LondonCryo. On this podcast, I aim to talk to my guests throughout the process of their cryotherapy session, so you can get a behind-the-scenes look into the whole process while getting to know the guests better. Allison has over 20 years' experience as a musculoskeletal sports therapist. She is one of London's leading sports physios and is seen as an expert in her field. Throughout her career, she has worked in Premier Rugby, football and women's tennis, to name a few. Allison is also recognised by London's leading consultant orthopaedic surgeons. Hi Allison, thank you for being a guest on today's episode of Reinventing Cool.
Oh, thank you, you're most welcome.
You're someone who I'm really excited to have on today because you recently had an injury and you came to LondonCryo to get some help with recovering, and then you went on to do some phenomenal things after this. Would you like to share that with our audience today?
Yes, of course, I'm delighted to. So back in January, I went on a skiing holiday and I managed to break my ankle.
You did.
But unfortunately, it wasn't actually skiing. It was on the second morning going down for breakfast. So anyway, I was just unlucky. So I was a bit devastated. So it was New Year's Eve, but never mind. And then, so I was going to have to be in a boot for 3 weeks.
Yes.
My job, I'm a physio, so I have to stand. So I was able to continue working, as the consultant said.
Yes.
But he did say the main problem I'll have wearing a boot and working is I'll get probably a lot of pain and a lot of swelling.
Right.
So what I decided to do was I thought I've got to work, I've got to keep my energy levels up.
Yes.
I've got to, just have the energy to do it. It's quite a physically demanding job I do.
It is.
So I thought, right, I've got to throw everything at this.
Yes.
So I thought, right, I'm going to have cryotherapy.
Yep.
I've been aware of cryotherapy for a decade now.
Yes.
Because going to international sporting conferences and football conferences, it's a topic it's always spoke about.
Exactly.
I've worked with professional football clubs. Premier clubs and rugby clubs, so I'm very much aware they use that to do recovery.
Yeah.
So I thought, right, I'm going to treat myself in that level.
Yeah.
And so I thought I had cryo, and so I was having 3 or 4 sessions a week.
Yeah.
And the other thing I went for was hyperbaric.
Correct.
And honestly, as soon as I had the hyperbaric, as soon as I stepped out of it, I had no pain in my foot.
That's an incredible experience.
It was, and I think from trying that out with an injury, was just really showed the benefits of it straight away.
Yes.
And then from then on, so I had the whole time I was in the boot working.
Yeah.
And patients saw this as well.
Yes.
I just had no pain and swelling, and even they couldn't believe it. So I was just a big advocate of it.
Yes.
I was anyway of cryo before that.
Yes.
And obviously I was aware of hyperbaric.
Yes.
But I saw the benefits for myself, and I think since then the patients who I was treating have then gone on to use it because they saw the benefits that I was having. So, I'm just very grateful that I had LondonCryo to come and do that. It was on my doorstep. It was fantastic.
We are. Yeah. That's right.
And then, of course, the consultant did say I was able to go back skiing.
Yes.
He said I should be able to go back in about 8 weeks. I already had a skiing holiday planned.
You did.
And I just thought, right, let's see how this goes. I went skiing, so after 3 or 4 weeks I was out the boot. Within 8 weeks I was 8 weeks I was back skiing.
Yes.
No pain at all. No one could believe I
Isn't
had
that
no
incredible?
pain in my ankle.
Yes.
I had no swelling, so I could get the ski boot on fine.
Yes.
So that was, and I came back skiing uninjured.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Were you doing anything else apart from incorporating cryo for your recovery, or was it mainly doing cryo and the hyperbaric?
Cryo and hyperbaric, because it was my ankle. What I did Pilates reformer.
Fantastic.
So I was able to do that every day because I couldn't do anything else. I thought if I do that every day, I'm keeping my fitness levels up.
Out of curiosity, you're a physiotherapist.
Yes, yeah.
So were you able to, did you do any work on yourself as well? Sorry, I'm just a bit curious if you had to do any rehabilitation yourself, knowing what to do with that injury, or was it mainly doing the Pilates and the cryo?
A lot of it is the cryo and the Pilates,
Amazing.
the exercise. And
Yeah.
I did have another physio who thankfully was excellent. They did some mobilisation on my ankle.
Fabulous.
So it didn't get stiff.
Yep.
I could do my own, but it's always good to have that manual therapy as well.
Because physio and cryotherapy work really well together.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
it's really important. And it's good to understand that you were doing that as well to get the result that you did.
Exactly. And the most important advice we give to patients with acute injury is get the swelling down.
Yes.
So a swelling, an initial stage for acute injury is
Yes.
important because that's it just provides support.
Yep.
It gives the ankle, just the swelling is a natural progress when
Yes.
which we cause acute healing. But then swelling does become a hindrance.
Right, okay.
So that is why when you have an acute injury, the biggest thing you do is get the swelling down.
And what do you recommend? Is it at that point you apply the cold?
Yeah.
I mean, we're lucky enough to do cryotherapy, but is that where they also say to put the ice pack on?
Exactly.
Right.
So you can use an ice pack, and then that's when the cryo came in as well. When you have an injury, it's the swelling.
Yes.
But you've got to get that down straight as quick as you can because that inhibits mobility and it causes more pain.
Yes.
So you want to get the pain down,
Yep.
you want to reduce those pain receptors, and you want to get the swelling down. So that is why then I did the cryo. So it made a huge difference.
So as well as cryotherapy helping with getting the swelling down, did it also help with the pain side of it as
Massively.
well? It did.
It had a huge, so it's a
Yeah.
combination of the two.
Yes.
So that is why cryotherapy is used a lot in sport.
Yes, it is.
At a high level because it's a recovery.
Yeah.
So not only do they, it's the amount of games to play, so the recovery's got to be quick, so it speeds up recovery.
Yeah.
It reduces post-muscle soreness and all of that.
Yes,
so
of course.
Yeah.
Amazing. So Alison, it's amazing that you had that, sped up your recovery by doing cryo and the H-bite. You went on to do some amazing things straight after, as soon as you had recovered from your injury. Can you share that with us?
Yes, of course. Well, I went skiing
You
8
did
weeks
go
later.
skiing,
I did check that with my consultant. He said you'd be fine to go skiing. And I do think big advocate of getting no pain skiing at all. It was down to having the cryo and the hyperbaric. And what surprised people even further, which at the time I wasn't actually planning, it was in the back of my mind, but I didn't want to vocally say it at the time.
Yes.
But I decided then at Easter to go trekking in the Himalayas.
You did, that's right.
So I did an 18-day trek in the Himalayas. So that was on my agenda back at Christmas, but I didn't mention it to anyone because they're probably thinking you've just broken your ankle.
Yeah.
And that was the only reason for doing the cryo and hyperbaric.
Yes.
And then from Easter, I was ready. I did an 18-day trek around the Annapurna
That's
circuit.
incredible.
On the trek, no problems.
Yes.
I don't want no pain in my ankle at all.
And still today, months later, right? You're still in great shape and great condition.
Yeah.
So
So I always say to patients when they come to see me that rehab time in the early stages you never get back.
Yep.
So from day one is important and it's crucial. If you get that right at the beginning, you get a much better outcome at the end, and that is what you've got to get really across to patients. And because I obviously had that knowledge, I made sure from day one I did as much as I could the right things to do at the very beginning, and that does affect your long-term recovery. So the main thing after you have an injury is you get that immediate swelling, but it's crucial that you get that down as quick as you can, because if the swelling doesn't get down quick enough, it inhibits mobility, it increases more pain. So just getting swelling down is just so important, and the quicker you get that down, that all helps with the healing and the recovery process.
That's really good to know that, Alison, and that's why I think it's great that you can do the whole body cryotherapy to help with that. But we also have local cryo here as well. So when people do come in for an injury, we're able to get that exact area for them and help with reducing that swelling.
Yeah, that's great, because that is the main thing. Speak to any orthopedic surgeon. That is what they want to get down, is swelling as quick as they can.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So throughout your physiotherapy career, have you noticed that it's becoming more popular now for professional athletes and clients to start using cryotherapy, for our two worlds to start coming together now?
Definitely in the sporting world, they have been using that. So for a long time, the rugby teams were using ice baths.
Correct.
Now the cryos seems to be taking over that little bit more.
It is.
And we saw that in the England women's football team, and that was put on social media.
Exactly.
And that came on the media that they were doing
Yep.
that. So I think the people in the normal person in the street,
Yes.
as it were, is becoming much more aware
of it.
And I think getting that, you know, you can have cryotherapy, especially at LondonCryo.
Yes.
That people that has got somewhere they can go
Yep.
for themselves and have it. And
Exactly.
I think that, so I think in the sporting world it's been recognised for quite a long
Yep.
time, and I think cryo now is being used a lot in the sporting world.
Yes.
I think now what we're seeing is it's getting transferred into what we call the normal
Exactly,
world. Yes,
exactly. It has become more mainstream.
Yes.
And there have been some studies I know done in the past where it shows that physios being able to help with mobility and working with cryotherapy, as long as cryotherapy is being done over a period of time, they actually get much better results and quicker results in recovery than they used to in the past. And what you say about teams using it as well, I mean, we even saw the Matildas, the Australian football team, using cryotherapy for their recovery as well from those big intense training sessions and after match performance as well.
And I agree, and I think in the sporting world it's crucial the quicker they get back. That obviously it's important they need to get back there quick. So because of that, it's all looking at ways of speeding up the recovery process and really adapting with the healing process as much as they can. And I think a lot of patients I treat actually kind of want that level of service as well. It's not just for the professional athletes. People are keen to get back to the sport, whether it's tennis, whether it's playing football, whether it's running. People are very active. They're putting much more into the health, especially since the pandemic.
That's right, correct. We noticed that as well. Yeah, exactly.
People are focusing on that much more. So it's all about optimizing recovery.
Correct.
And also getting the best possible outcome. And I always say that to patients. It's getting there in the quickest possible time, but respecting that healing process.
Correct.
And also getting the best possible outcome.
Amazing, Alison, I totally agree, and that's why I'm really excited that we're going to be working much more closer together now going forward, because you're going to see that with your clients, and then our clients being able to get the benefit of your services going forward. And it is all about, people don't want that time to stop and heal, and we say it takes a certain period of time, but they just want to be back out there. So if we've got the tools that allow them to do that, I mean, everyone's going to be better off in the long run, right?
Absolutely, and I think that, and then it makes people not only actually about reducing swelling, reducing pain, it's mood enhancing. And that is the biggest thing. When people have an injury, it's actually, I'd say 60% more mental and 40% physical. Because when people can't train, that really affects them. And when patients come to see me, all they want to be is out of pain, which is fair enough. But the second thing is they want to know when they can get back to whatever they're doing.
Yeah, correct.
And it's, so I'd say 60% is always, it's a mental.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the reasons I did cryo. It's because you get more, if you've got an injury, your body's working hard, you get more fatigue. So it's keeping your energy levels up, but keeping your mood up as well. And that is why I think cryo.
That's a huge testament. I love it. I love hearing that. So it's really important, and knowing that it is a mental challenge as well, just like cryotherapy. I mean, we're going to get you to try a session shortly as well. But it is still a matter of mind over matter when you're doing cryotherapy. But yes, it also is when you're recovering from an injury that you do need to get over something to help you get over that hurdle, because it's easy to fall into a state where you're injured and then you're just going to go backwards and stuff. But if you've got cryotherapy that hey, I can do that in the meantime, and it's going to make me feel better, then I mean, why not do that, right?
Exactly, and I think the evidence base there is what it does, because your body's going into that survival mode, so all the hormones, your adrenaline, all that gets released, and it's like a restart for your body.
It is.
And it's excellent.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Alison.
Oh, you're most welcome.
So Alison, when you came in, I saw you using our local cryo face mask. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that one and how you feel after doing that little treatment?
I just think it's quite nice to feel the cold air on the face. It just helps to brighten the skin, and it just gets the blood flowing, and it's nice. And I use that as a conjunction when I'm, say, having the Nordic compression therapy. It's just a nice thing to have, and it's just, again, it's just brightening you up.
So Alison, thank you for sharing how you use the local cryo. Now, the podcast is all about people coming out of their comfort zone and doing a whole body cryotherapy session for the first time, and how it's more mind over matter. People are still scared, so let's show them, and I'll take you through for a session now, what it's like to actually do a cryotherapy session.
Oh, great. I'd love that.
Okay. So Alison, how are you feeling? We're about to do your cryotherapy session.
Oh no, I'm ready for it. When I used to first do cryo, naturally you're a little bit apprehensive.
Yes.
Now I've been doing it quite regularly for quite some time now.
Yep.
I just love it, and I'm just always ready to have it, and the time just goes so quick.
Amazing, let's get started. Okay, Alison, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
So what's your step going in? You pass your robe over to me at the top. Yep, higher. Fabulous. If you put your hands in prayer position for me, and I'll get that started.
Okay.
So as you know, keep your hands in prayer position, and every 15 to 20 seconds, I'll ask you to turn around.
Okay. Yeah.
So do you find that you have to talk to yourself or tell yourself anything whilst you're in there doing cryo?
What I tend to do, I also just tend to march on the spot.
Oh, do you? Okay,
Yeah.
that's really good to keep you moving.
And just
Yep.
kind of move my arms a little bit like that.
Amazing.
sometimes like that. And sometimes when the music's on, it
Yep.
goes really quickly. Or I'm usually chatting to the person who's assisting me
Yes.
with this, and we just chat, and before you know it, the 3 minutes is up.
Correct. If I get you to take a quarter of a turn there for me. Fabulous. You feeling okay?
Oh, good. No,
Very
I
good.
feel good. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Coming up to the halfway mark now.
It goes so quickly.
It does,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially because there's always someone in the room to talk you through the session as well. So if you turn around to face me,
Yeah.
and if I get you to raise your arms up for me, yep, very good. And then you can bring your arms back in, and just over a minute to go. If you want to turn around again for me, please, Alison. Still feeling good?
Oh, good. Oh,
Very
that
good.
Feels excellent.
Amazing.
I absolutely love it.
Amazing. I look forward to getting in after you and doing mine. Got 38 seconds left. Please take another quarter of a turn for me.
The last few seconds you always feel it more.
You
Feel it on
do.
your legs.
That's
It's
right.
good. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's fine.
If you feel it, you can just rub your legs if you need to touch
Yeah.
them. Otherwise, just stay as you are, and we're nearly at the end. Or get ready to pass you your robe. You've got 20 seconds left. Please take another quarter of a turn.
And I quite like you getting coming onto your face as
It
well.
is. It's great,
You get a little
isn't
bit
it?
of cryo.
Exactly. Exactly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Well done.
I love the countdown.
So Alison, now you've done your session. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel amazing. I love the countdown. The last 10 seconds countdown is the best, and you just come
Yes.
out and you just feel great. One, you just feel great because you've done it, but
Yeah.
secondly, it's just you feel energized, you just feel ready to get on with your day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what would you say to anyone still sitting on the fence about trying whole body cryotherapy?
I'd say it's definitely worth the try. Interestingly, since I've been doing this, my sisters have been really interested in it.
Amazing.
And now they've tried it themselves. They think it's well worth doing. And I just said to them before they went in, I said, look, it's 3 minutes. I said,
Yes.
but the benefits you get afterwards just in 3
Far
minutes.
outweigh
yes,
that. Yeah,
exactly.
exactly, exactly.
You can do it for 3 minutes, but actually your body, in a way, mentally, as I said, you get used
Yep.
to it, and you just actually enjoy them being in there.
You do.
From when you first go, and
Yep.
it's natural to be apprehensive, and that's a natural thing to be.
Exactly.
But once you've done it, you feel so
Yep.
good after.
Thank you for sharing that with us, and I'm glad you've got other people doing cryo as well. So, well done.
Oh, thank you.